Good afternoon, everybody. Pastor Ron from Outdoor Florida. I want to talk to you today about focusing on life's 2020. The journal entry is number 111. We're going to be dealing with the fact that God is a righteous judge. We're looking at Psalm 9, verses 7 through 10 out of the English Standard Version. But the Lord sits enthroned forever. He has established his throne for justice, and he judges the world in righteousness. He judges the peoples with uprightness. The Lord is a stronghold for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. And those who know your name put their trust in you. For you, O Lord, have not forsaken those who seek you. Again, Psalm 9, verses 7 through 10, out of the English Standard Version. Let me read what I wrote in my journal entry. And here it is. I'm sure we all hope that judges who sit on the bench honor their oath of office, carrying out their duty without fear nor favor. We trust they will judge according to the law of the land with justice, while also mingling in mercy when the need arises. Thankfully, there are scores of judges who are not swayed by bribes or even their own political leanings. But there are far too many who have done injustice to their vows of judging impartially. We've seen judges ruling as nothing more than political activists. This is a sad and dangerous thing. The Heavenly Father is not so. He cannot be persuaded to judge according to someone's whims or wishes. His judgments are righteous, judging the people in uprightness. He is a stronghold for those who are oppressed. He takes their cases and judges with mercy and equity. People who know his name put their trust in him. Life can be quite unfair at times, but God is a judge who we can depend on, to offer judgment according to his own word. People may judge you wrongly, but God never will. That's a wonderful thing, to know that God will not judge us incorrectly or wrongly, but he will judge us according to his own word, according to his own righteousness, according to his own mercy. We serve a wonderful God who loves us supremely and dearly. We serve a God who wants to wrap his arms around us and love us so. He's not like the world who may judge us because we do something incorrectly or not like what they think ought to be done. But God judges us according to who he is. There is no other God like him. He is alone and all by himself in being God. There's not another God. There never will be another God but him. So he is a righteous God, a righteous judge. We can depend on him. We can put our trust in him. I know that many people in the world judge us because maybe we're not like them, or because we look differently than they look. We don't drive the same kind of car they drive. We don't wear the same kind of clothes they drive. And so they judge us. Our family and friends judge us. But God judges righteously, and he judges according to who he is. He is a good God. So to put this in perspective, the world looks on us, or anybody that doesn't look like them. Oftentimes they look on us a little bit differently, and they want to say, you know what, we don't like you because you don't do the same things we do. But trust God today. If people have judged you wrongly or viciously, don't let that affect who you are on the inside. Give your life to God today. Let him help you. Let him deliver you. Lean on him. He wants to love you so much. He wants a relationship with you. He wants communion with you. And he wants you to communicate with him. Now, I told you that when we began this journal journey long time ago, that I would talk about the pens I use. First of all, This is the Bible I read out of is an R.L. Allen and Sons ESV 1. It's in British tan, goatskin leather, beautiful Bible. But let's talk about the pens for a moment. The first pen is a TWSBI Echo. You can see the TWSBI Echo. It's got a stub nib on it. And let me show you that nib. I think it's a gorgeous nib. Very effective nib. And it writes wonderfully. It's filled with Sailor Gentle Yamadori. Now, I got to tell you, I'm a little upset with Sailor inks, with Sailor, because they got rid of the Gentle line of inks, except for the little bottles, and they should never have done that, in my opinion. I really like this ink. It's got nice shading properties and some sheening properties as well. Beautiful ink. The next pen is one of my favorite pens. I've had this pen for quite a long time. It is a Pelikan M400 white tortoise shell. See the stripes? Beautiful stripes. Look at that nib. 14 karat gold nib. And it writes beautifully. It's filled with Robert Oster Honeybee. Now, if you're not familiar with Robert Oster inks, I think you ought to give them a try. They're among my favorites. Anyway, hope to see you next time. And remember that you can depend on God. He won't judge you incorrectly. Now look, if you've done wrong, if you've sinned, and we've all sinned and come short of the glory of God, there's nobody that's not sinned. But God judges you righteously. Don't ever forget that. Let your life be clear and in focus regarding that. Until next time, Pastor Ron Parrish. Hope to see you soon.